All right, so you like playing games and you want to start streaming or you want to start recording. You want to hit some nasty clips, what have you, for your leisure time. My name is Zachary Wilson and welcome to the channel. I'm going to show you guys how to do the things you love. All right, so if you clicked on this video, you understand streaming, but you don't know exactly where to start, especially because you don't have like a super fancy microphone and a super fancy camera, right? That's okay. First things first, you're going to want to download OBS if you haven't already. And some of you guys might know how OBS works. I'm just going to kind of give you extra tools to use with OBS that helped me when I first started. So essentially, what you're going to need to do is download OBS. And OBS, that's my logo, don't mind that. OBS is going to look a lot something like this. I know mine looks hella complicated and, different. It's color coordinated. I really like it. Obviously, I'm recording. There's different streaming, what have you, right? It's a very, very complicated setup, especially because I have, my name, this border, all that fancy stuff. I'll show you guys how to do that in a different video. I'm going to set you guys up with something a lot simpler. So let's ignore all this, and we are going to ignore all this, okay? Because I need those open to show you guys how to do this, and then I'm going to swap over to exactly what I'm going to show you and how I did it, but I'm also going to show you like what I have now to compare to like a beginner startup. I do have my name, which is this little guy in the top right there. The camera that's picking up the actual image of myself, as well as this overlay, which is this red little box going around everything. And I do like those because I feel like they heighten the quality of my stream. And again, I will show you that in a little bit. But on top of this, I also have the game capture, which allows me to show you guys everything that's happening on with every game on this desktop, right? And I also have a display capture just in case the game doesn't get rendered or I want to show you guys something like OBS. And then I have, of course, my super fancy mic that I like to use, which is that little guy, right? What you're going to need to start off with is this application. So you have OBS, right? If you don't know how to use it, there's other videos out there that you could watch to better understand it. And honestly, it's literally just more hands-on, and the more buttons you click, the more you'll get familiar with it. It's kind of like Microsoft Word. It's Microsoft Word for streamers. You're going to need to know how to change the font size and all this other stuff. But once you get everything down and like you're familiar with it, but you need a different setup like a face cam or a microphone in which you don't want to pay a whole lot of money for, I know a free application that will actually help you with things like this. So I'm going to drag this off, right? Actually, I'm going to keep this up here. And I'm going to show you my second monitor because that's where I keep my tools. I usually keep two different monitors because I like how uniform this all looks. Looks nice, clean. You got my face in the right-hand corner, but this is a desktop and that's where I do everything. But all of my applications and everything is actually on my second monitor, which looks a lot like this. It's a vertical monitor and it has all my tools and stuff. So if you want to get started, something that you will probably love, if you have a smartphone, this is perfect, okay? There's this application. It's called Iriun webcam, right? This top left application right here. It is very awesome. You can literally Google it. It'll pop up. You got OBS. You're going to figure out how to do that. And then you are going to get the Iriun webcam. Iriun webcam is also available in the Google Store as for those Samsung users, as well as the Apple Store in the App Store. It's free to download for both your computer and your smartphone. And it's going to look a little something like that, right? It's going to be this application right here. So you download it, and all you have to do is make sure that your Wi-Fi on your computer is the same exact Wi-Fi that is on your cellular device. And once you do that, you can, give me one sec, just opening up everything. You're going to click on it on the Iriun webcam. Oh, it's already connected. It's funny. That is my living room, guys. If I could swap this over, that'd be great. Boom. Okay. So obviously I opened the application on my computer as well as my phone. And since they were on the same Wi-Fi already, it automatically connected. Super nice. Again, it's called Iriun. And once that's connected, of course, it's going to look something like this. So this is the tab that it opens up. But we can't make this talk to OBS right away because if I wanted to, right? Oh, OBS just closed down on me. We could cover up that webcam. You'll never see it again. So any application that opens up above that is going to get blocked off immediately. You're not going to be able to see that. So what you're going to want to do is while you're in OBS, we're going to stretch this over here. We're actually going to minimize this so it doesn't confuse us, right? I'm also going to turn off this face cam so you guys can't see me. So all you're going to do, again, ignore all this. You're going to hit that plus sign, right? You hit the plus sign and you want to go over to window capture device. Once you click on that, we're going to label this Iriun because we're creating new, labeling the camera Iriun because that's the application that's running off of. We're going to click OK. Give it a second. And then we're going to scroll down. We're going to click the device up here. We're going to go down to Iriun webcam because, again, this is the application that we are going to be using. So you click that, you click OK, and then boom. There it is. This is the camera on my phone that I'm using for my desktop. And anything that I put underneath it, it'll move. It's stuck in that right-hand corner, and I could click it. I could drag it around wherever I would like. It's very simplistic, right? So I'm going to pull that off to the edge, and then it's not too far off from my actual webcam. Of course, the placement on my desk isn't the best because now I'm looking down instead of straight up. And just to show you guys a little bit of difference, I got my camera that I professionally set up myself and then my iPhone camera, but they're not too far off. I mean, of course, I could raise it and then have it side by side. Probably have it over there. And like, it's not that bad. It really isn't. I'm going to keep it down here just because that's where my phone holder is. So we're going to turn off this super fancy one real quick. And I'm only going to talk to the phone. Here's a cool thing about that. So if I drag OBS on this right now, we have the face cam on my phone picking up picture, but we can see down here that is actually not picking up any sound. So we can turn this down to reduce gain, what have you, because this isn't picking up anything at all. So it's useless. So we're just going to turn that down. We're using my fancy mic, which is of course this little red slab. But let's say that you want to start creating content, you want to start gaming. You could also maximize this too to make yourself like the center focus if you really like, but that's probably not what you're going for. But if that is what you're going for, awesome. But we could see that it's just picking up pictures, the picture quality and everything that's coming through the camera. It's not picking up sound. What we're going to want to do is we're going to go back down to the plus button in sources. We're going to click add. Okay. After that, we're going to do audio input capture. And then we're going to label this one Iriun mic. And the cool thing about this application is it not only picks up the picture quality, but it also picks up a microphone that's built into your phone. So we're going to go to device, and we're going to select the microphone Iriun webcam. Scarlett 2i2 is my fancy cam, and this one is actually the microphone on the camera that I set up. We are going to click on the Iriun webcam, and we're going to click OK and check it out. Now, if you look down here, it might even sound echoey. We're going to turn down the fancy mic, and we can clearly see Iriun mic is sound at the moment. And it might sound a little worse, but it's better than nothing. If you do not have this fancy mic, then you are able, like I can move this out. It's literally picking it up. And it's not that bad. It's not the greatest, but it's not that bad. Obviously, the sound doesn't change if I have a mic in front of my face or if it's away. But this is what it is. And it's not the best setup, but it's a free setup. It is literally free. OBS was free, for your computer's free, it's free for your iPhone, and you just hook it all together and you have this very simplistic yet very detailed like camera, and it's not bad. Now, of course, again, we are comparing it to something like this where it looks more, I don't know how to say, like slightly better, but I'm able to change everything with this, and I can make this box to the right look really close to the left. However, as it's sometimes based on your Wi-Fi. If you do not have strong Wi-Fi, then this is going to lag more than this camera. That camera, the phone camera, will lag more than your regular camera because it's not hardwired, it's running off of Wi-Fi. So that's the lag and the latency is coming up. Now, what I'm going to do
is I'm going to set this up.
It is slightly different. The quality of sound and everything is just a little bit different. And with this is my original setup with the color boxes that I mentioned before, to
which again, different scene
compared to this, right? So with that being said, here is a side-by-side comparison. I mean, this isn't very hard to do, but this is just a side-by-side comparison of what it's like doing this. Again, it's free. It's free, and I will add specifically just the mic from the Iriun, just to give you guys a better feel for what it's like streaming for free.
Turning off my fancy mic. Frog's still stuck in my throat. Turning off my fancy mic, and this is what it sounds like. So, of course, I got the fancy stuff top left and the free stuff bottom right. There's not that much of a difference, and I highly, highly, highly recommend Iriun if you're just getting started. Other things you can do to improve your stream and your video quality is LED lights, making sure the camera is eye level, like just simple things.
Yeah, so I noticed that actually with this Iriun webcam setup, sound isn't as great. It is, again, a cell phone camera mic. It's not the best, but the picture quality was a lot better. And picture quality in your audience being able to see you during recording whatever you're doing is very vital in my opinion. Sound, you could probably still use your headset if you really, really want to. You just make sure that the desktop settings, specifically with, let me minimize this editing software real quick. This right here, the desktop audio, if you make sure that's cranked up, your headset will actually pick you up as well. Because, again, wireless isn't the best optimal choice, but it is the free optimal choice if you have a smartphone and you don't want to spend money on a very expensive camera or a very expensive microphone. I highly recommend that you do buy those things eventually, but if you guys just want to start off and you don't know how to do it or where to do it or where to start, I hope this video helps. Hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for coming.